From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Thursday, August 27th. Starting out this morning in the 60s, may have some fog in some areas, so just watch out for that. It's going to burn off as the day goes on. Otherwise, storms are out of here, no rain expected. Going to be mid-80s to end the day.
Your day moves fast. Your news should too. That's why there's a new and improved Wish TV app, bringing you more local news, breaking alerts, live streaming, weather forecast, radar, and Indiana sports, all in one place. Customize your news feed to see the stories that matter most to you and get the information you need when you need it. Download the new and improved Wish TV app today on iOS or Android and take News 8 with you everywhere.
Governor Mike Braun is rolling out a new way for people in Indiana impacted by the recent storms and flooding to find recovery. You can now text IN211-HELP to 898-211. This is all through Indiana 211. The service is 24/7. It will ask you for your zip code and the type of help you need, then sends back disaster resources available in your area. You can also call 211 or visit in211.org for more help. If you're a farmer and have been impacted in the flooding, the state executive director at the U.S. Department of Agriculture says there is help, but it will take some time.
It's going to be over a period of time. It's going to take a while before we get any, the livestock loss, the honeybee loss under the ELAP program. Those we're going to be able to enact those a lot quicker. Loan program should proceed pretty good, but as far as any additional assistance coming down the road, that's out of our hands. We only administer the programs that we have in place right now.
You can also apply for a federal disaster aid in person this weekend. FEMA and the Indiana Department of Homeland Security will open a mobile registration center tomorrow and Saturday at Broad Ripple Park Family Center. The center will be open from 8 in the morning to 6 in the evening. No appointment or documentation is required. Your statewide news network covers Lake County, where the city of Gary is launching a storm debris removal operation more than 2 weeks since severe storms hit the area. City says it hired the national disaster recovery contractor Ashbrit to collect debris throughout Gary. Leaders are asking you to separate debris into vegetative waste like tree limbs and things like that, and then to construction debris as well. So like parts of houses and whatnot. The city is also asking that you move parked cars off the street so collection crews can gather debris off the curb. Leaders say the collection is expected to last for 30 days. Here in Indianapolis, the floodwaters are gone in the Ravenswood neighborhood, but the cleanup is far from over. Volunteers from across the country are now helping families with damaged homes. News 8's Kat Sandoval shows us how they're giving a 93-year-old flood victim some hope.
I'm here at 73rd Street. The cleanup is far from over, and volunteers are here to help families rebuild.
Well, what we were doing is taking out 49 inches high of the walls and insulation, and then doing mold abatement.
Jane Morgan and the volunteers at Samaritan's Purse have come from all around the country to help flood victims in central Indiana. Morgan is from Wisconsin.
To just get in there, help them at their lowest point. We know how hurting they are. And so we would just want everybody to know that, you know what, we're here for you.
93-year-old George Hibbard lives in this Ravenswood home. He is a carpenter and hand-built cabinets with ducts and custom window trimmings. His family says his wife designed it and he built it.
They lost it. They just lost everything. Stuff that be hard to rebuild.
Brenda Doyle shows me around her fiance's father's home. She says the floodwaters rose 4 feet, destroying everything in its path.
This is their home. They raised 6 children in, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. He lost everything that he accomplished in all of his life with his wife. It's been very heartbreaking for the whole family and friends, but all these people has came and helped and done amazing.
Carpeted floors had to be pulled, walls gutted, the entire home sprayed for mold prevention. A single pot still sits in the room as the only reminder that this was once a kitchen.
I've never seen that house empty, ever. And seeing it empty like that, It's just heartbreaking.
The volunteers have cleaned everything in this home. They're working in the heat to get homes contractor ready so families can move back in.
And he's 93 years old, and I see the love and respect for him, and it just warms my heart because he is like their world.
The volunteers were careful to save Georgia's wife's figurine collection. They've left what they can salvage on the porch.
It's just hard watching him go through this. It's been very heartbreaking for the whole family and friends, but all these people that came and helped and done amazing. We're all blessed, and hopefully he can get back in his home soon because he misses his home.
For these families, there's still a long road ahead, but having an army of people show up means they don't have to do it alone. Reporting in Ravenswood, I'm Kat Sandoval for Wish TV, wishtv.com.
In Madison County, people are still in the early stages of recovering from the flooding. For one homeowner, the cleanup can't even start until they know whether the house can even be saved. News 8's Dante Stanton takes us there.
What was supposed to be a forever home is now essentially a ticking time bomb for Courtney Fletcher and his family. Had it not been for the help of strangers, this home might not even be standing. When floodwaters took over 8th Street on August 14th, Courtney Fletcher and his family left for their own safety. They came back to far more than just a flooded basement.
Opened the basement and seen it that the water was to the ceiling, that the water had submerged on the side of the house and pushed the foundation in. We were devastated.
The light you're seeing at the bottom of the staircase isn't from a lamp. That's daylight shining into what's left of Fletcher's basement.
It's dangerous walking in there every day. You know, we're taking a major risk every day. Could all be gone in the blink of a second if this foundation gives out. We got beams holding it up right now, wooden beams.
Those beams were put in place by a stranger who volunteered his time, the man who Fletcher referred to as his angel, Connor Grady, owner of Knock on Nails, a local construction company.
We got here and we saw it immediately and told them, we were like, hey, we're going straight to Menards. We're going to get what we need to get our footers formed in and get supportive posts that are currently holding the weight of the home now.
Grady estimates there are between 250 to 260 bricks missing from Fletcher's foundation, buried somewhere beneath the dirt. The wood post his team put in place bought time, but it's far from a permanent solution.
These will hold for now, but it's God's will of how long they'll actually last. It's supporting the entire front of this entire home.
Grady, a local himself, says that he's donated dozens of hours of volunteer time to help neighbors, but he's worried they're not getting the necessary support from resources in the region, even with his gas disconnected. No hot water, nothing but a tarp between his basement and Mother Nature, and a fuse box that was underwater for 3 days. Somehow, nothing in Fletcher's home was electrified. He has nowhere to go, but he has power, and it's a power he believes came from above.
I went down there to survey everything. When I went down there, I seen this Bible laying in the water, and it was been submerged in the water for 3 days, along with everything else down there. So God had us protected the whole time.
Fletcher tells me the only thing he can do now is wait for more assistance to come in, either from the local level, the state, or even the federal level as the recovery process continues. Reporting for Wish TV and WishTV.com, I'm Dante Stanton.
Some people in Newcastle are having to leave their apartments for the next 7 months because of the recent flooding. Foster's Landing apartment complex is telling people living there to leave their units by September 8th so they can make repairs from the flood damage. But the complex says it will take more than half a year to complete. We spoke to one woman about the tough situation.
You're looking for a new apartment. How's that going?
It's not. There's no vacancies anywhere. Wouldn't be so bad, I guess, losing your home if you at least had a vehicle. But I don't have anything. But I'm trying my best to find somewhere else. And evidently FEMA hadn't even come to Indiana yet, so I don't know what we're supposed to do.
We reached out to the company that owns the apartment complex for comment. So far, though, we have not heard back. IU Indianapolis is expanding its public safety program to better serve communities facing disasters and emergencies. The O'Neill School of Public and Environmental Affairs has a new major called Community Resilience and Risk Management. The school says that the challenges that communities face are becoming more extreme and more frequent. The school says the program will help students become leaders in communities during disasters. Indianapolis police say a homeless woman is under arrest for abandoning her baby behind a shopping center on the city's southeast side. suicide. IMPD says 24-year-old Faith Argo is facing a preliminary charge of neglect of a dependent resulting in serious bodily injury. Police say the baby was found Monday night near a shopping center on East Thompson Road, just east of Emerson Avenue. They say the baby is okay and is not hurt, but this is the second time IMPD has found an infant abandoned in the city in a month. Now officials are reminding people of the state's safe haven law, where you can surrender a baby at any hospital, fire station, or police station anonymously without fear of prosecution. Police are urging people to strengthen their gun storage safety measures after a 17-year-old was killed and a 14-year-old was critically injured in a shooting. We first broke this news of the 17-year-old's death yesterday morning on Daybreak on Wish TV. Police say they found the two teens shot in a house on Wallace Avenue on Tuesday night. They were both rushed to the hospital. Police say the 17-year-old boy died Wednesday morning. IMPD says they can give people the resources to put their guns under lock and key.
It's not enough to put them in a drawer, put them in a closet. That's not safe gun ownership. You need to have a gun safe. If you need trigger locks, we also have trigger locks that, courtesy of the Marion County Sheriff's Office, that are available at all the public libraries in Indianapolis.
Police say they are still working on the case, and if anyone has information, they should contact Crime Stoppers or call 911. Wish TV and our parent company, Circle City Broadcasting, are working with community leaders to help curb youth violence through VAC. It stands for Youth Alternatives to Violence and Crime. We're using our platforms to provide one place where kids and families can find information that might be helpful, like food, housing, other resources too. You can just go to the VAC page at wishtv.com. In Jeffersonville, 2 middle school girls are hurt after a fiery school bus crash on I-265. Indiana State Police say it happened just before 5 yesterday afternoon in the westbound lanes near the 10th Street and State Road 62 exit. Police say the bus tried to do a U-turn at the interstate crossover, leaving the back of the bus in the westbound lanes. Car then hit the back of it and set it on fire. Bystanders helped extinguish the fire. The 2 girls on the bus, though, were taken to the hospital in Louisville with non-life-threatening injuries. Police have cited the bus driver for making an illegal U-turn. Meta is set to pay out a $17 billion settlement after a multi-state lawsuit that targeted the addictive nature of their social media platforms, especially to kids. Indiana was one of the states that sued and will likely get $419 million. The money will go into a settlement fund, with some to go toward making sure Meta makes changes to its platforms. The Attorney General's office tells us over the next year, look out for new features designed to better protect your kids.
The parental controls that are being added as part of this settlement allow parents information about, messages, time spent. It gives them a lot of suite of tools that they can use, and can also notify them if there are concerning searches being done that need an active response.
Meta will also have to make other changes, including nighttime blocks that restrict access from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m., as well as limited access during school hours. The Attorney General's office is asking parents to file a complaint if they find these new features difficult to use. In your vote 2026, a candidate for Secretary of State demands changes to how Indiana conducts election recounts. Those comments came at the Indy Chamber's Secretary of State candidate debate last night. News 8's government reporter Garrett Berquist tells us what they want to do instead.
Moderators asked all 4 candidates about the Indiana Recount Commission's decision to reverse the results of the state Senate primary between Republicans Paula Copenhaver and Spencer Deary. Former Indianapolis Mayor Greg Ballard proposed completely changing the makeup of the commission.
The Recount Commission should be 5 retired judges. It should not be a Republican and a Democrat and the Secretary of State who is a political being.
Ballard's rivals did not go that far, but Libertarian Lori Schillings and Democrat Bo Bai both say if they ran the Recount Commission, they would defer to the voters' intent whenever possible. They say state law allows for that.
There are human error, and how we correct that is with tools and training. We make sure that the host of materials that are available to our county clerks are actually functional, that they can use them, and that they understand them.
How can every voter have the confidence that their vote counts when, of no fault of their own, their votes are cast aside because of a technical error on the part of a government worker?
Republican Max Engling says he thinks the Recount Commission followed the law as intended. He says that's key to maintaining voter confidence in the election process.
I would be interested to know if anybody else on the stage here would prefer that they don't follow the law as they're going through a recount commission. But it's very important to make sure that every voter has the confidence that their vote will count.
The candidates have about 2 months remaining to make their case to voters. Early voting begins on October 6th. Election Day is on November 3rd. I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
In Nepal, 168 people are dead and more than 1,300 are missing after flash flooding along the country's border with China. Experts say the flooding was triggered by a landslide which hit a glacier and melted a ton of ice along the way. Officials say at least 47 American tourists are among those missing. The U.S. is sending a disaster response advisor to the region and providing money to help with emergency shelters.
Do they float?
Oh, yes. They float, Georgie. They float. And when you're down here with me, you float too!
An iconic moment from one of Hollywood's most infamous villains and an iconic actor who played it. This morning, we're remembering actor Tim Curry. His manager says he died Tuesday. He's best known for his role as Pennywise from It in the TV series, Dr. Frankenfurter in the Rocky Picture Horror Show, and then the concierge in the Home Alone 2 Lost in New York movie. He earned 3 Tony nominations and a Primetime Emmy nod in 1994. He told the Associated Press in 1993 that he liked playing the more curious corners of the human mind and human behavior. Curry suffered a stroke in 2012 that put him in a wheelchair. His manager did not say how he died. Tim Curry was 80 years old. Sports now, Caitlin Clark is bringing her love of Taylor Swift to the hardwood. She unveiled a new friendship bracelet-inspired version of the Nike Caitlin 1. They're a nod to Swift's famous concert bracelets, and the shoe features an off-white design with colorful details, beads in the laces, and her CC logo. Clark hasn't worn them in a game yet, but she did wear them in practice this week before the Fever host the Connecticut Sun tomorrow night. Game tips off at 7:30 inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The NFL is ending the Pro Bowl game. The league made the announcement yesterday, says it will still name 88 players as Pro Bowlers to be honored in LA after the season. NFL says several flag football events will also take place during that time. NFL executives say the decision is a shift from the game to the honor. They say that they heard from players that they don't want to have competitive play after the playoffs. Pro Bowl has waned really in popularity in recent years and was already switched from tackle to flag in 2023. Indianapolis native and comedian Mike Epps is bringing his hometown a 3-day celebration of music, comedy, and community. The 3rd annual Mike Epps Community Festival starts tomorrow. The centerpiece of it is on Saturday in Washington Park. Epps says there's going to be concerts, family zone, a health village, community resource fair, marketplace, all sorts of things. Festival is from noon to 6 p.m. Saturday, and it's all free. This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordell. Watch us on Wish TV and WishTV.com.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at WishTV.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.